Hello, welcome. I am here to listen. I am here to talk. I am here to think. I am here to imagine. I am here to improvise, be instinctive, organic, creative as a human being. How do I function as an artist? There is no 9 to 5, no on-off switch. How do I work out of my comfort zone? Where do the ideas come from? How do we talk? How do we listen? How do we tell time? How do we stay on track? Risk-taking. Sometimes you have to get it wrong to get it right. One has to be emotionally strong, resilient, neutral, think in many different ways, converging constantly. There are the artists. There is the art form. There are the ideas. The process, pure chaos, which means we're pushing ourselves, working outside of our comfort zones, doing something innovative and different. What's the point of doing it if it's easy? Growth, stretching, working outside of comfort zones. Process into work, into audience, connection with audience. All of these pathways come together, they converge. This talk is sharing those different pathways and how they converge. Balbir Singh, born in India, grew up in Bradford, lived in Leeds, trained in contemporary dance in Leeds, discovered classical Indian dance. Modern traditions, old traditions, infinities apart. How to bring them together. How to decrease those infinities. We work hard, we connect with audiences, we make new discoveries, we connect with the art forms in new ways, we question, we challenge, we talk. How do we talk? We talk verbally, we talk through sound, we talk through movement, body language, styles of dance. We respond emotionally, instinctively, all tools of communication, all tools of talking. You will see with me on stage artists, the tools of the trade, the paints for my paintbrush, for the canvas. But they are not real. They are in my imagination. Sharing with you what happens in here constantly, the noise, the sound, the confusion, the chaos, the aesthetic, the satisfaction, the questioning, the discoveries, the learnings, being vessels for the art form. Is it about me? Is it about the art form? Confusions constantly arise. New challenges, journeys, connections. Relationship between those on the stage and those in the audience. How to dissolve the gap, to bridge, to bring those worlds together, to converge. That is what we are about as human beings. How we connect and understand the world around us through our sense of creativity, our aesthetic. That tastes really nice. That isn't a creative response. Taste buds. Oh, the sound. I love the sound there. Sunset on the horizon. That is a creative response. We are not robots as human beings. How do we tune into and optimize our aesthetic awareness and appreciation as human beings? That is what we do. It just happens to be through dance and music. But ultimately, it's creativity, and without the audience, without you, we do not exist. And this is a sharing of those processes with you. To remember, none of this is real, what you are seeing. It's all in my imagination. All this abstract jumbling around. But somehow, it gets translated into the literal and finds connection with who we are as artists, who you are as audiences, as cultural exchange, as dialogue, as conversation. how we make sense of the world around us in new and positive and life-affirming ways. Working through dance, through music, through sound. Convergence. Anirudh. Rhythm. Sound. A language in itself. Tell me about convergence, please. Convergence. Again. As I said, it's about listening. What we play, what is suggested, but your imagination takes it somewhere else. Convergence, a vocabulary, a language, a rhythm, a tick, a tock. Time is pressing, time is passing. Ideas form, they come, they go. Where are we going? Where have we come from? Where are we at now? What is the future? How did we get here? What is convergence? What is this process? How do we connect with audiences? How do we make sure we understand who the audience is? Dance for the classes and the masses. Doesn't matter what kind of theatre. Good theatre is good theatre. Whether you've seen anything like that before, it needs to stand on its own 2 feet. For the classes and the masses, classical Indian dance and music. In some cultures, there are no 2 languages. Dance and music combined become one. Language of rhythm. Talking, 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 listening, seeing, talking in different languages. This is what it's like in my head sometimes. The sounds, the rhythms, the beauty, the elegance. Sometimes words are not enough, and we communicate in other ways. From sound and rhythm and body, talking, to emotion, face, and expression, talking.
Tools of the trade. Eyes. Connect. Speak. And you. Number 5. Ka. Ka. Ta. Ki. Ta. Ka. Ka. Ta. Ki. Ta. Ta. Ka. Ta. Ki. Ta. Ta. Ka. Ki. Ta. Ka. Ta. Ki. Connect.
Imagination. Seeing, hearing, appreciating, internal, thinking. This is how we talk. You listen with your eyes, with your ears, with your imagination, with your thoughts, with your heart. Ideas. Where do the ideas come from? This is the thing. It's like it's like a bird lands on the shoulder. This is the idea. Take it, catch it, make sense of it. And with it comes possibilities, opportunities. What can we do with the idea? This bird has landed. We are open to receiving. Of course, with every idea is opportunity, but also a demon, a dragon to slay, a challenge to overcome. Working outside our comfort zones. As I said, what's the point of doing it if it's easy? The challenge, the battle, the demon to overcome. The ideas are formed. Artists then become the bridge to realizing the creative vision, the travel, the journey, the destination, taking ownership of the ideas, from the abstract to the literal, step by step. The chaos doesn't make sense. It's not supposed to make sense. It's supposed to be a headache. It's supposed to be a demon. It's supposed to be a challenge. How do we combine these classical traditions, many centuries old ways of thinking, with the modern? How is it relevant in the present?
Expressions.
The artists, the art forms, the ideas, the bridge, telling of tales, understanding who we are, finding meaning in life. Out of this, as part of this convergence, these pathways coming together, the work, the performance is born. Variety of performances, classical revisited, broken tusk in a swimming pool with Luke Jerram's moon.
Gana 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 pati gaja mukha mandala gite 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 tum tum tak tak.
You are what you eat, love and spice. Senses getting older, declining sense of smell and taste. An old couple looking back on life, sharing memories of food. How can they revive their sense of smell and taste? A chef cooking on stage, the work, connecting with audiences constantly. These birds, these ideas, flutter, flutter, flutter. So many ideas. How do we make classical dance relevant in the present? A retelling through numbers, ancient epic tale, vanished to a forest for 14 years. 6 seasons a year, times 14. Humans on 2 legs, animals on 4 legs, the 10-headed demon. What is the relevance of this tale, where they live in the forest for 14 years, from a climate perspective? Why is this relevant? How is this relevant today? How to connect with nature? Ancient tale brought into the present.
To freedom.
Mexico to India, bringing worlds together, traditions, languages. Frida Kahlo, Amrita Sher Gill, referred to as the Frida Kahlo of India. The paints, the paintbrushes, the canvas, literally connecting cultures in different ways. Joining the dots, that's my role. Seeing things no one else does.
6.
Cricket green, sport and art coming together.
Match got cancelled.
The aesthetics of sport and the athleticism of dance. Bringing these cultures, these worlds, these ways of thinking of the body together. We have the wise ones, intergenerational work, older artists, younger artists, creative aging. When do we start thinking creatively? We don't. Into old age, young age, forwards and backwards, learning, cyclical, is constant. Ages of man, the wise ones.
Decreasing infinity.
These worlds apart, how do we bring them together? Pandemic struck. This is what we did. But then we had to think differently, creatively, to connect with audiences new and different ways. Creative health, well-being, resilience. Where we come from, where that gap is dissolved, where we collaborate with audiences, their lived experience. They are the ones talking, we are the ones listening, and using these art forms, these processes, to tell their stories, to make them corrective in human ways, new ways, different ways.
Stronger roots.
And ideas come constantly, the birds flying, new ideas. We have to go. We have new bridges to build, new work to create, new convergences, new audiences to connect with. Ideas. Thank you very much.